Good morning, y'all. Good morning, good morning, good morning. How's everybody doing this amazing Monday morning? I hope you all are super, super well. I'm doing really well. Have my little iced coffee I made myself. It is super good. And we are here to talk about a thriller that I recently read. If you saw the title, you'll know that it was A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. Yeah, Willingham. And oh my gosh, it was really, really good. I have not read a thriller in a little while. You guys know I've been on a fantasy kick for probably about the last 2 months. Really heavy into fantasy. I'm currently reading another fantasy book. But I was like, I want to read this thriller because I had heard so many good things about it. Also, it was on hold at the library for like ever. One of my longest holds that I had. And I was like, it's got to be good then, right? If this many people are wanting to read it. So I stopped what I was reading and I read A Flicker in the Dark. And I really, 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 really liked it. It was a 5 for me. I've been giving it a lot more 4s here lately. If you follow me on Goodreads, then you'll know that I've been giving out a lot of 4s, but this was a 5. My last 2 reads were a 5, which is The Song of Achilles and Flicker in the Dark. And this book does a trope that I'm fond of, and I know a lot of people hate, really, really well. And the trope that I'm talking about is unreliable narrator or unreliable female MC. So what that means is this female MC has issues, whether it's a drug problem, an alcohol problem, a mental breakdown type of problem. There's some reason why, despite the fact that this narrator is telling you things or you're seeing things through this narrator's eye, from the very beginning of the story, you are questioning everything, right? Like, you're like, is she really doing this? Is she really seeing this? And I love a good thriller with an unreliable narrator. Just because I feel like it F's your mind just a little bit more. Because when that bottom falls out, when that shoe drops, it's so good. I crave that dopamine rush of a good thriller when it finally is revealed what is actually going on or who the killer is or whatever. And this one had a good one because I thought I had it figured out because of the unreliable narrator. So Chloe Davis is a psychologist, and she is engaged and she's trying to live a very happy life, or trying is the key word here. But there's a few things that are holding her back, and one of those is her father. So her father was a serial killer. Well, he still is a serial killer. And he killed some teenage girls when she was like, I feel like it was when she was like 13. 12 or 13. That summer, he went on a killing spree. And evidence that she found put him away to jail. So, like, that's something that hangs over her. What could she have done to stop it? As well as, did she miss the signs? Because her father was a good father at home. So there's just a lot of things that are really mentally stressful to her. She recognizes them as a psychologist for the most part. But she's prescribing her fiance medication that she is not taking or even aware of, and she is taking. And she's drinking on this medication. She is a, say it with me now, unreliable narrator. And so you really are beginning to think, or at least the character of Dr. Davis, essentially murders begin happening again. So there are a couple of teen girls who go missing, and one of them's body shows up and the other one um, goes missing. And they're following a pattern that her father, as a serial killer, had. And so they think that it is a copycat killer. They being herself, and this guy named Aaron, who is a New York Times writer. Like, he writes murder biops for the New York Times. And so herself and this guy believe that it is a copycat murder. And so they are kind of on the lookout for some things, and her fiance becomes her number one suspect. And you really believe it's the fiance because of the unreliable narrator. I'm not going to spoil necessarily who it is in case you are interested in reading this novel. But I will tell you, all is not what it seems, right? Because, yeah, is her father even really guilty? We'll have to find out. You do find out whether or not her father is even guilty. And it's just a really, really well written thriller that, like I said, makes you question everything from the very first moment for a few reasons. Because you don't know what you're hearing is the truth. You don't know if the information is all there. There's a couple of really good points in this novel as far as thrillers go that I thoroughly enjoyed. I did give it a 5. And I stand by that because I just thought it was really well done. I want to read more by this particular author just because I liked her writing style. It was very quick. I read this one in a day, which is not unusual for me, but I could not put it down. Like, I needed to know what was going to happen next, what was actually even happening. And I thought I had the whole book figured out at like 70% through, only to find out that what you think is really going on at 70% through is not at all what is actually going on. I will give you that. I'm not going to spoil anything else, but I will tell you, you will think that you have this book figured out. You will think that you know exactly who the killer is and why. And it's wrong. I guarantee it. It's wrong. I had some suspicions in like the middle of the person, but by the end, or by the 70% mark, that unreliable narrator had cut all those suspicions and given them to the fiance. Hence go why you think that he is your killer, he's your guy. But yeah, just really, really fantastic read, a great thriller, a great page turner. Does all of the things you want out of a thriller. It's quick, it's easy, it's a dopamine rush. Flicker in the dark. I definitely highly recommend it. What else is coming up? We are getting super, super close to my vacation. So, as you all know, there might be a 2-week period in July where my book reviews will be a little bit scarce. I'm going to try to have a backlog of some videos for you guys. I've got some other books that I've read that I really loved that I'm going to like touch on. The end of June is coming up, so we're going to do our June month in review. I am looking at a 15-book month. I hope to at least get one more Pride read in this month, but I've got to read the new Allie Hazelwood. It just dropped, and you guys know I am obsessed with Allie Hazelwood. I also picked up the new Tessa Bailey. So I'm trying to get the Pride reads in, but it's one of those things where it's like, would I rather read this, unfortunately. But I have boyfriend material or husband material, I think it's called, on my Kindle downloaded and ready to go. I also have The Queer Principles by Kit something that I found at Barnes & Noble. It's also downloaded. Oh God, I just got Priest from my Barnes & Noble haul. I really want to read that. It's so many people talk about that book and say it's a quick read, but it is chef's kiss on the spice, and I could use that. I'm currently reading Blood and Ash because I have heard great things about this series from Blood and Ash by Jennifer Armentrout. Sounds right? So yeah, lots of books being read over here. We're probably, like I said, going to have a 14 or 15 book month this month. I love you guys. I'm so excited to share all of those books with you. And I hope that you are having an amazing, amazing Monday. And I will see you guys on Wednesday with another review of another book. Bye now.